So in today's show, we're going to discuss some mental health issues. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I'm your host, James Baldwin, and if you are coming through, please do let me know. So I'm about 5 minutes early, but this is a great spot to be able to do the live, as I'm on a bit of a running mission this week to hit 50 miles in 5 days. Try and bring my fitness and my mindset levels straight back up. Got the boy with me here today, right boy? No messing. So this is going to be short and sharp, so I apologise for the shows this week. They are going to be quite snappy and quite short, but I've got to be able to keep my flow going in terms of my run, and I don't want to disrupt that. Selfish. So listen, Mental Health Week, and I just want to talk about it for 5 minutes because I think it's important to. Mental health really didn't really come into my life until I left the military. I didn't really understand it. I didn't really know much about it. I knew it was a thing, and I knew about PTSD from a lot of the but I didn't really have any encounters with it until I left the military. And when I left the military, I really struggled with an identity crisis, of really struggling to know who I was. There was a real lack of control going on in my life. There was lots of chaos going on in my life. There was lots of confusion, and that led to high levels of anxiety and depression, and it just continued to spiral out of control because I didn't really know what it was. Okay, I didn't really understand it until actually years later. And for me, it very much felt like being enclosed in a coffin with the lid on. I really felt like I was suffocating. I really felt like the walls were closing in and very, I don't know, squeezed. I just felt like squeezed in my mind all of the time. And I was conflicted because a lot of the time I didn't really know what I wanted out of life. I didn't really know where I was heading, what my mission was, and I was just like a wanderer, wandering on the face of the planet, not really knowing what my purpose was, not really knowing who I was. And I think a lot of that led to a lot of the mental health issues that I struggled with. And I find that having worked with guys now for many years, and being in many guys' lives and having spoke to many guys, I think one of the core roots of us struggling mentally is actually knowing who we are. Just like I struggled when I left the military. Who am I? What is my purpose in life? Where am I heading? What am I doing? And I think it can create a lot of overwhelm, overthinking. It can create a lot of uncertainty. And when we don't discuss this, when we don't talk about this, when we allow pride and ego to get in our way, it restricts us from allowing ourselves to get the best treatment that's possible. And that's talking about it. And I feel like when I was certainly going through it, I was the Royal Marine Commando. I couldn't show weakness. I was too worried what people would think. I was too worried about the man up pill coming my way. And there are certain elements where we have to cut the victim mentality and where we have to drop the self-pity. But there are also times that when we struggle, that we have to allow ourselves to be vulnerable. We have to allow the ego we have to set aside that ego. We have to set aside that pride, that man thing that we seem to carry around with us, and say to our partners, to our friends, to the people that we trust, I'm fucking struggling. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm trying to achieve. I don't know what my purpose is in life. Because the worst case scenario could be what happened to me, sitting on the edge of the bed, ready to overdose, like everything had become so clouded that I was very much unable to think clearly, and I wasn't thinking clearly because there was no clarity, there was no understanding, there was no discussion, and that led me to a point where I had enough, and it was very much an impulsive decision. Like, I never wanted to kill myself. I never wanted to go down that route, but it was very impulsive. It was like trying to create a reaction. And actually running was the thing that got me out of it. You know, I went for that run, had a 3-hour run, and that completely and utterly cleared my mind and the fog going on in my mind to go, what am I doing here? Which then led me to work on myself, get some help, talk more openly about it, allow myself to be vulnerable, allow myself to cry, allow myself to drop the ego and build everything up. And even, I'm nowhere near as in deep as I was back then, but every single day we will still be faced with situations that can test us mentally, that can drive us to the point where we get home and you just got to have a fucking cry, and you just got to be like, fucking hell babe, I've had a shit day. And I think it's really, really difficult for guys to do that, but I really want to urge, as my part, if you like, in terms of the Mental Health Awareness Week, to encourage you to be open, to allow yourself to drop the ego, to allow yourself to cry, to allow yourself to connect with things that are not working with you, that are not right with you. Because it's important to recognize those things. It's important to face a lot of the truth that is out there. It's important to recognize where we are and what's going on. And build yourself up from there. Don't stay in that place. Change the way that you think. Have more faith in yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Love yourself more. And the more you can love yourself, and the more you can value yourself, and the more you can see your value in the world, the better that you can feel inside, that internal dialogue. That I am worth it. I am striving. I might not be in the place I want to be, but I'm going to be. And that's where having a mission comes in. Remember, the mission has so much more depth to it than you might think, than just 3 words. Remember the mission. It has depth to it. It has, behind it, there is identity. Behind it, there is character. There is values. There is morals. There is purpose. There's drive. There's direction. There's passion. All of the things that I feel that we need to have and to find are the condition to improve what goes on in here. So if you do struggle, if you recognise some of the stuff I'm saying to you, go and fucking talk to the people you love. Go and talk to your friends. Go and talk to somebody. Just start opening up. Allow yourself to open up. And do not make that impulsive decision that inevitably will be the last decision that you make. Because not only are there people around you who don't want you to do that, who know you and who don't know you, there is always a way back. You are always in the fight. You are never out of the fight. You are never out of the fight until you make that impulsive decision. Or you make that decision where you think there's no other way or nothing else left. And I think it's really, really, really important to understand that I have spoken to hundreds, if not thousands of guys in the same boat. Okay, and in some respects, my mission is to change the world one man at a time. One man at a time. All right? Don't ever forget it. You are always in the fucking fight, guys. Always. And it gets that fucking brink, that point, go for a run. Get out of the house, clear your head, make sense of what you're doing, and make a better decision. And start fucking loving yourself, guys. Start loving yourself. That's it. I'm going to get running before we get too cozy and sit all day. Have a great day. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. And that's it. See you soon.